you can have another stream going at the same time, but you tell it like you want that stream to go to your backup. So if one computer like just dies and you lost everything, all of your stream, the backup will just pick up automatically and you won't lose a connection. Right? So they got that built in, which is a really great feature. I've set it up once, but luckily I've never had to use it. But I've tested it where I had that backup stream going, and I just literally pulled the plug on the machine, on my main streaming, and yeah, sure enough, the other one just kicked in. You don't see it from, you just automatically just see it switch over on the live stream.
Nice.
Right? It doesn't tell you like there's no gap.
So that's maybe for the graduation as a backup.
Yeah, that's what I'll have for the graduation. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. Hopefully we get the pro stuff and I can demo it like in front of you.
We'd love to see that. I mean, there's 3 different events that they're going to try to go to in the month of May to try to do some pickup, and it may be, once we understand who's going to crew up, it may make sense to at least have just a quick, here's what we're going to do, because I have them all writing up, right? Here's the location, here's the spec, here's what we're doing, here's what we're going to output, and I'd love you guys to sort of maybe run your design of what you want to produce past Johnny and say, hey, what do you think? What did we forget, right? We were talking about audio, and make sure if you had somebody coming in from a stream, Kevin and I did one where we had people coming in from the outside, and we forgot that they couldn't hear inside the room because there's my mic at my little computer, and so the guy on the other side was like, I can't hear anybody in the room because it was only in my mic and my computer, so we had to all of a sudden tap in and get audio from the room.
Yeah. So, like this stuff, they don't really have this in our classes in 610, 630 production, right? They're still trying to figure out how to go about trying to do this stuff, but I know that, and it's good because if you have multiple cameras too, the benefits of it is that you could edit live, right? So like if you have a show that's always on a daily basis, instead of like recording 3 separate files, bringing in Premiere and editing it, if you just did all your switching and do your lower thirds and stuff for like the show, and you don't have to edit it later. Like it'll just stream, it'll be up there, and it's done. Like you already got your intro, your outro, and like you don't have to edit it. So that's primarily what I started doing for myself because I was just like tired of editing things, and it was just easier to go that way because I could just like easily just switch cameras myself and different angles and different views and stuff for the content that I make. But that's how I got started. But then you can, depending on like how complex or how simple you want to make it, a lot of places doing events, they want to get into the live streaming thing, so you could actually just go out there and make a pitch and say, if you want this live stream, like you just got to pay me like 20, 30 bucks an hour, and then you have a thing all ready to go. Like the one that I'm going to make of the pro stuff that we're getting, it's going to be mobile. It's going to be in one crate, right? And I'm going to be rolling it around to different areas of the campus, like to the gym for the volleyball games, maybe out to the football, baseball field for those games, events in here, and just in the theater, in there, I could just roll it up in there, or in the campus center, right? We're here. I mean, I can't charge them. But with that, you know, with the home stuff and the stuff that's made for like gaming, if you just had a one camera thing, and if some small event was like cool, like yeah, just one camera's fine. I'm good enough for that. You start making money, right? Doing that, all you gotta have them do is just provide you with the internet, and then test it out and be like, I can give you this stream, and then someone has to log into their Facebook page, and then you just let it go. And you can mix in if you want, like mix in other media, like you can have video, you can switch to a video, right, to play, or a picture or a slideshow, and then switch back, and then just, you know, however you want to get creative with it. Or maybe like this one right here, they just want one camera on that thing the whole time. That's it. Yeah. Like at first they were talking about, you know, we might have you switch when they're going in between sets. There's like dead air. Yeah. We might have you switch into some other video, but like the person didn't make the video. They're like, yeah, you know what? Just leave the camera on one thing. I'm like, cool.
Oh,
so I'm just, you know, I just gotta set that one thing up, and when you're going out to venues and stuff, That's all that they want was just one camera on the thing. Just live
So it's just a closed circuit feed between.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I wanted to go to, Mission College Facebook page,
You have the capability.
yeah, or
In
whatever.
OBS.
Yeah, somebody has to just log in to it. And like I said, you just need your camera, a capture card, a computer, and the software is free, and then that's it. So,
Yeah,
and you can do it with the laptop too. You don't really need a desktop. You can just do it with a laptop. Go in and then just stream it out.
Telling you guys, we're talking about how to make money fast. That
Yeah.
is absolutely. There's a ton of
A
people who would love to do
A couple
that.
of my friends here, they freelance for Variety and Spotify, and so they'll go out and do some live streams every now and then. Award shows usually, that type of entertainment.
Well, think about ENT, right? So right now, we're talking about ENT packages, 3 events, and all the rest. So one of the goals might be to figure out how can we get a rig. Like, I got a old camera I use. I mean, it's just like that, right?
Yeah.
Just you got output. It's
Anything
this
with
old
the
Sony.
HDMI out, and you're good. Just
Yeah.
like you don't have to have like the C100s that we have here or the C300s because again, you're going out to the internet, it's going to get compressed. So you can have $1 million camera, still going to look the same as that one. Because, eventually, when you go to Facebook, when you go to YouTube, it's going to compress it. It's going to make it look all the same when you have this. Yeah, the expensive cameras have more capabilities of lighting control, low light, that type of stuff. But if you're going to be in a well-lit outside, it's fine.
I got an old Sony Z1U, and that's it. Got an HDMI out, and
Yeah.
that thing is just a streaming camera. Yeah, we've used that camera for 6-7 years,
Yeah,
and it just showed. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because again, it's
Yeah,
1080.
DSLRs too.
Yeah.
I use in the gym. I mean, in the theater, I use the GH4s. Yeah.
You just have that HDMI out, right?
Yeah.
Right. So what he just talked about and what he's just demonstrating is worth its weight in gold. If you go to Craigslist right now, there may be one person on there in terms of AV services who can actually stream live for live events, weddings, anything you can imagine. So you basically, if you learn the tricks of what he talked about, the tricks of that trade, you're worth your weight in gold right now.
Well,
It's just connecting all the right cables together in terms of audio. If you're going to want audio and video together, and like I got to deal with this guy right here who's the mixer, who's capturing all the sound out of the microphones, and he's
Yeah.
going to have one line that just goes from the mixer.
Jeez.
so that audio guy is also worth their weight in gold. The guy who can't get all the audio for you. Like, think about if you had 4 wireless mics, right, coming in from wherever, then they all come into one central place and give him a feed of whatever. Now you've got clean
And
audio.
all the sound, that's all up on that guy. That's all on him. I don't have to do, whatever you give me, man, that's what everybody's going to hear.
Well, so we used to plug into the house. So I'd go to a concert or an event and just say, give me a feed of the house audio, right?
Yeah.
And then that way, you just give me one feed of the house audio. And to your point, whatever I got the video stuff, it's going out, man.
Yeah.
Whatever you got going on audio-wise, that's on you,
Yeah.
you know?
Your
But,
cover flew off. Does it need to be on there?
Oh, yeah, I'll put it back on.
So any other questions, you guys? Any?
That was awesome.
So one of the things I think we will do in the next couple of weeks is I'll bring my camera and we'll try to produce a different shot of the class. So we'll take what Johnny was saying and see if we can use, instead of just the Google Hangout on Air, software and a camera, and see if we can do what Johnny was showing us.
I think they make OBS for Macs, and if they do, I can put them on the computers.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Oh, wow.
You can use the, and I have actually like 4 or 5 webcams,
Okay.
so you can hook that up just to get you an idea, familiar with the software and what it's capable, and then you just gotta, when you're ready to go produce some stuff, in your mind, you just gotta remember to replace the webcam with an actual cam.
Yeah.
Capture
Right.
So maybe 2 weeks from now, we'll try to do, maybe give us a little bit of time, but maybe 2 weeks from now, let's plan on maybe a session where we do that in the
Yeah,
class.
they make it for Mac, so I can install it on the computers and then just have the webcams for you.
Awesome.
Plug in. You just play around with setting up your scenes.
Okay. Because 2 weeks from now would be right before, it's right after the first event, but it's before the event on the 17th. So, we get into the class in 2 weeks, we figure it out for the other 2 events, and maybe something quick to figure out for what you got to do on the 7th for next week. But,
Right. Does anybody feel comfortable in learning this? Because at some point, if you can showcase your capabilities, especially at our culminating event, I mean, you know,
Well, one of the
again,
things that would be there is like it would be great to have somebody who learns how to do this at that event on the first, right? You're just like, hey, yeah, I'm over here and I'm, got my plugin from the house feed and I'm the one doing the stream out, right? Because I don't,
and take that feed from the auditorium to one of the classrooms, just showcasing ability to just kind of have a local area network feed that allows them to showcase your understanding of the capabilities of distributing, content, especially educational content.
Well, in the end, too, it also gives you another capability on your resume, right? What you can say is you're a live event stream producer, right? A live stream producer. I can't tell you too many guys who are going to be able to put on reliably that you're a live stream producer. And to your point, Amazon, Netflix, everybody and their sister is trying to capture live events. And if you think, we're in LA, there's something live going on every single week. I mean, every day of every week in terms of the potential gigs that you could have even in off time, right?
Yeah, you can just reach more people who can't make it to your venue.
Look, even the church, my church does it,
Yeah.
right? So, you can do whatever. So, thank you so much, Johnny. Really
Thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Yeah, man.